Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys a never before explored secret area on a mission Sacred Icon in Halo 2. So, let's get right into it. This is the start of the secret area. It may look very familiar to you. In fact, it should look familiar to you. You may be thinking that this is High Charity, and technically it is on High Charity, but it's actually on the mission Sacred Icon. And you may be thinking as well that, oh, then it must be the cutscene area that we see. And you would be correct. However, that cutscene area, only a few actual parts of this whole area is used for the cutscene. There's a lot of other interesting parts to this that we don't get to see in the cutscene and that are completely unused in Halo 2. So starting with this elevator shaft, for example. It has this weird shield floor at the bottom of it, and I don't really know what it's there for, but it is there, and it's not there in the actual version of this area used in later in the campaign on the actual mission High Charity. And of course, this elevator shaft does not have a functional elevator. In fact, the top of it is sealed off with another shield floor or wall or whatever. So to get by it, I had to do a little bit of modding momentarily to just teleport me right above it. And here we are now. So, yeah, like I said, this area generally is used in the intro cutscene of this mission, Secret Icon. And you can see some of the area right here. It starts off with Arbiter walking through the atrium, where you see the honor guards getting replaced by the brutes. And then later he goes through this door and enters the Prophet's personal chambers, and yeah, that's all we get to see in the cutscene. And you may be thinking that, well, we get to see a lot more later in gameplay on a mission High Charity, right? Just with a little bit of flood infestation. Well, you're only partially right. It does look very similar, but there's actually a lot of differences. The version that is Unexplored, that version is actually quite unique compared to the playable version that we see later in the Halo 2 campaign. But I will show you a little bit of the playable version that we're familiar with, just for comparison purposes, so you can see what the actual differences are between the two. So the main chamber there, the atrium, as well as the council chambers, they're mostly the same, aside from the flood and the damage. So let's go back to the Unexplored version. So here in the main atrium, like I said, most of it is quite similar. But just a big difference is that in anniversary graphics, there are no anniversary textures for this area, meaning it's not a reused area. If it was reused, it would probably have the anniversary textures applied to it. That's just how anniversary graphics kind of works. If things are reused, they typically do have access to the anniversary textures, but there is nothing in anniversary graphics, almost nothing. Some objects do have anniversary textures because they're reused from other missions, like these floating things here, but the area itself, nothing. Also, this door doesn't work, so I had to do a little bit of modding again to teleport me past it. But here we are in the council chambers. We can actually see how things kind of work a little bit behind the scenes of the cutscene, such as the Halo ring in the background. It's just an image, really. And there's also a random Prophet gravity throne just spawned in the middle of the room here. It's not usable, but it is an actual vehicle. So if we get too close to and touch it, it does just drop down. But since it's an actual vehicle, we can flip it around like a vehicle, but we just can't drive it because the Arbiter is incapable of driving it without modding. But that's not the purpose of this video. So this is the council chambers, and let's go back to the actual playable version on the mission High Charity. So on the left side, that door leads to nowhere as well. It leads to another locked door. But on the right side, if we go through this door, it leads to a grav lift that once we go into it and go up, it automatically takes us up to the next section of the mission, to really the last section of the mission, where you're supposed to go to the Forerunner ship, and that's what this area is. So let's go back to the Unexplored version. This is where we will start noticing some differences. So on the left side, it does lead to basically nothing as well. The door's not locked. It does actually open, but there's nothing on the other side. Now, here on the right side, where the gravity lift is in the final version, is instead another hallway, a stairs leading downwards towards another hallway, and this door leads to nothing, but on the right side is where the grav lift is. So this is like a different version of the that map, High Charity. In fact, this may be like an older version, I suspect. But so there's no functioning grav lift here, but I can use the acrophobia skull to fly up. And this grav lift, elevator shaft, whatever, this is pretty much the same as the one that's used later in the campaign, but it does not lead to the end section like the other mission does. Instead, it leads to like another hallway, like another floor with working doors as well. So I suspect that these other areas may be like cut content. Like at one point, maybe like Bungie planned to have Master Chief like infiltrate the council chambers and then take a grav lift up to another floor, possibly to keep pursuing like the prophets or something. Because you know, the mission High Charity, it was kind of hinted that you're supposed to be chasing the Prophet of Truth. So maybe that's what this was meant for. It could be a possibility, but I can't say for sure. But I mean, it is so unused. Like this whole section is like so minimally used that there's not even anniversary textures for it. Whereas with the Cut Warthog run in Halo 2, like even though that's unused, it does have anniversary textures applied to it for some reason. But yeah, I mean, that's basically it for this secret area. Now that like we've explored it, you can kind of see that it's like a completely like never before seen unused version of High Charity that differs from the final version that's actually used in gameplay later in the Halo 2 campaign. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting. If you did, and as always, make sure to leave a like. Let me know if there's anything else we need to check out or look into. But aside from that, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.